And welcome to the 50th episode of the Nasboys podcast. Now, did you know that former President Donald J. Trump wanted to build a NASCAR track somewhere in Connecticut called Trump Super Speedway? He wanted the track to have a restaurant and a shopping area, and it was supposed to be one of the fan favorite NASCAR tracks. If you would like to learn more about the track and some details that I might have missed, go check out the Icebergs video on it. Here it is right here. So anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys podcast. I'm your host, Mike, a.k.a. Mike Bob Fan 101, with my good friends and co-host, Christian, a.k.a. Savage NASCAR.
Hello, everyone.
And Cam, a.k.a. Noticed_Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
So let's get started with talking about some NASCAR. This past weekend, we were at Phoenix. We're going to start off with the Xfinity race. What did you guys think of it?
I did not see any of the Xfinity race. So you're going to have to catch me up on that. But all I know is Noah Gragson won, and some rubber was on fire after he did his burnout.
I love burnouts. The burnouts are just cool. He's got the classic old school donut somewhere in there.
It's all your team. That's the best way to do it.
I don't think he knows where he's at either. Hey, when you lose the car, the driver inside there doesn't know where he's at either, by the way. Oh, there goes the trunk of tire.
Piece of the tire.
Who wants a souvenir?
It's not done yet. Oh, boy.
There's no more tire left. I don't think he has a left for either. I think he's got them both.
Oh, yeah, he got both.
Sign of a good burnout. You go till something breaks. Did it. Cool place to park, too.
Yeah.
He said if he won at Daytona, he'd go swimming in Lake Lloyd. I'm not sure what you do when you win in the desert. He might climb a cactus or something like that out here.
You never know it, Noah.
The fans love him, and now you know why.
Good job. Dude. Hey, hey, Jackson, fan the flame.
It's a burning rubber over here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The tires are like, have mercy on me.
I did watch the race, and it was a pretty good race. Honestly, I thought it was going to be more boring, but no, it wasn't actually. I mean, it wasn't like a snooze fest, but I was paying attention to it. I can't remember if I picked Gregson to win or if I didn't. I don't know why. I feel like I did, but I might have not. I feel like maybe someone did. I can't remember, but it was a good race.
Yeah, Cam, you actually were pretty close. You picked his teammate Justin Allgaier, and he did pretty good in the race. He was close, but overall the race was okay. It was typical racing at Phoenix, so not too much to say. Pretty good battles. Gragson pretty much dominated. He won all but one stage, and that was because Trevor Bayne had gotten the run for stage one. Pretty good stage one finish, and then Gragson just led the whole way. So nice convincing win for Gragson. He has some of the best celebrations along with AJ Allmendinger and Joey Logano. And he's definitely a great burnout artist. So it's very cool to see Gragson winning yet again.
Allgaier, I picked him to win too, and he ended up finishing 10th. He did lead 5 laps. But Trevor Bayne had a very impressive run, like you just mentioned, Mike. I mean, he won stage one. He led 38 laps and got another top 5. I think Trevor Bayne could get a win soon. And
Christian, I know that's kind of a hot take to say, like, Trevor Bayne's going to get a win, but I really think he's going to get a win.
I did say Chase Briscoe was going to get a win soon in one of the previous episodes, and he won. So
Yeah, but we will get into Chase Briscoe in a little bit. Taking a look at you guys' thoughts. One of you said great. 6 of you said good. One of you said meh/okay, and none of you said bad. No thoughts. And the driver of the day is Gagson. I wonder who put that there.
oh man.
But yeah, I
Interesting.
agree with Gregson being the driver of the day.
Yeah, same.
Agreed.
I mean, he led the most laps. He led 114.
Cam?
Oh, I said agreed. I guess my second, like my closest pick to Gregson would probably be Bain, because I don't know, he did pretty good for that race. And yeah, I do agree with you guys. I think that he does have a shot at winning a race soon. I don't know what track, but I'd say that he's pretty close. Like he's been close a couple times.
Yep. All right, so now
And,
let's talk about the Cup race.
Yeah. So for the Cup race, my boy Chase Briscoe got the W. Had to bring out the flag again. If I could unfold it, here we go. Woo,
Good
Chase!
Lord.
Mike's over here looking at me like I'm an idiot. But anyways, yeah, I'm glad Briscoe finally got his first win, and Stewart Haas Racing, we're back. But yeah, Stewart Haas Racing, pretty cool to see them get a win. It's been a minute, and for Briscoe, his first career Cup win. I didn't see the race live because I was at work. I ended up watching it later, and the race was somewhat like, it wasn't a great race, but there was some interesting battles, and Ross Chastain had a chance to win too. He was up there. He ended up finishing second, but man, I was so happy for Briscoe, and he became the 200th winner in the Cup Series, so that's pretty impressive. And yeah, it's just awesome to see. And Tyler Reddick had another great run too. He got third, so I mean, a lot of positives right now, being a fan. So
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the race, but I watched the highlights, so I didn't really get to see the men's side. You know how NASCAR is; they probably try to put the best they can. Which there was some interesting battles. I want to say congrats to Briscoe. Big win for him, and who doesn't like Briscoe? No one has problems with that guy really. And to go off what Christian said, Reddick's been running good, man. He's been running good. I'm rooting for him. I hope he gets a win.
Yeah.
That'd be nice to see. I'll tell you what, we're definitely seeing some different faces this year, for sure. Like up in front, like there's definitely some not so familiar faces up there. That's like kind of makes it more interesting.
Right. Cam and Christian, you both pretty much took the words out of my mouth. Cam, Tyler Reddick, he is running really good, but he really makes me mad sometimes because I pick him for my fantasy team. I picked him for Las Vegas, and he sucked. And then he runs at Phoenix. What do you know? He gets a top 3. So thanks,
Exactly.
Tyler, for always screwing over my fantasy team. But yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Race was Christian, I completely agree with what you were saying. There was some good battles. I really enjoyed the 5-wide racing and how low some of the cars, like Kyle Busch at the start of the race, could go. They were really going like to the exit of pit road. I don't know if they should fix that or not because it might cause some problems, but it hasn't yet. So I have really mixed opinions on it. But overall, the race was just meh. The first stage was pretty good. Second stage was just kind of boring. Blaney dominated it, and no one was really challenging him except for Chase Elliott, like with 10 to go in the stage. And then final stage, that was really cool to see Briscoe, Reddick, and Chastain battling. Definitely the future stars of the sport. Briscoe, I did not expect him to get a win this early in the season. I thought he was going to either wait a little bit to get a win or win at the Indy Road Course, which I guess is the same thing, waiting a little bit. But I did not expect him to run that good in Phoenix. He was in the top 5 for most of the day, so very convincing win for Briscoe. Congratulations to him. I feel really bad for Ryan Blaney. He definitely deserved that win. He led like 130 laps, and then he got screwed over. Another driver I feel bad for was Christopher Bell. He was running pretty decent, and then he had a pit road speeding penalty and just could not come back. So Chase Elliott had another spin out too. I feel bad for him. There's a lot of guys that overall I just felt bad for in this race. So in conclusion, this ruined this race, the streak of good races. So yeah.
I was gonna say that with you, Mike, with Tyler Reddick is like me with Ryan Blaney. I had Blaney on my fantasy team. I literally took him off of my lineup, and my fantasy team is now like at the bottom of the standings. My team is Garbo. I can't get anything right on there right now. I had some drivers like Logano got 8th, so big run for him, and Kurt Busch 5th. But I don't know how the fantasy thing works. Mike's been trying to teach me, so we'll see. How
by
that
the way,
goes.
go join the official Nasboys Fantasy League. Link in description.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? You better join.
DM me your Instagram handle. You can follow our socials down in the description below, and DM me saying, "Hey, I joined the league," and I'll add you to the chat where we can talk about NASCAR and fantasy.
Yeah, and while we're at it, go ahead and subscribe right now if you haven't yet. We haven't gained any subscribers in the last 2 weeks, so y'all better help us get to 100 soon.
If you don't, you're gonna find Christian at the side of your bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, standing there like, "I seen you watch my video. I seen you watch my video, and you ain't subscribed yet, boy." We'll give you a little whack on the head. It's gonna happen. But tell us if you're new to the channel, and let us know in the comments if you like this video. What do you want to see differently? We love criticism, and we want to hear your guys' thoughts so we can better our channel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right, now let's take a look at what you guys had to say. 6 of you said great, 2 of you said good, 3 of you said meh/okay, and 1 of you said bad. Blitz 24_48_5 says it was great. What made it great? You can't just say it was great. What made it great?
Briscoe winning, that's what made it great.
Okay, thank you, Christian. That's a good answer. Austin Hawkins 018 says Briscoe. Henry 24257 says okay race. They just strung out, no side by side, but Briscoe won. So 3 out of 10. There was some side-by-side racing when they were restarting. There were 5, 6, and sometimes even 7 wide, so that technically counts as side-by-side racing. I think one more comment I want to add before I say the driver of the day. I really like how the next-gen car is making a lot of these drivers that can be competitive, because last year we saw the same old faces winning and being in the top 5 and top 10 every week, and now we're seeing different drivers that you wouldn't think would be as good in the top 10, like Daniel Suarez, Chase Briscoe.
Yeah.
So I'm really liking this car so far, besides the tire issues. Driver of the day is a tie between Ross Chastain and Chase Briscoe. I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney as my driver of the day.
I don't know, man, because Blaney, there's a chance there. It's either between him and Briscoe. It's kind of hard to choose, so I'm just gonna say Blaney, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Blaney too. He performed really well.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to end this meeting really quick, but don't worry, we will be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So one thing that we forgot to mention was with Kevin Harvick's 18th consecutive top 10 at Phoenix, it matches a Cup Series record set by both Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. Both of them got it at North Wilkesboro. So that's really cool that he's in that category with those GOATs. Congratulations to Kevin. I'm sure most of you knew that, but if you didn't, cool. And also the meme of the week. This week's meme of the week, excuse me, if I could talk properly, is from Bad NASCAR Opinions. Here it is on the screen there. So for context, basically your driver runs like poop. So yes, I thought that we all thought that was a pretty funny meme.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. Some of the memes this week weren't that good, but there was a couple that I thought were pretty decent.
Yeah, I thought that one was the funniest out of the bunch.
Yeah, I would say that one. There's not really like too many funny memes anymore. There was like one funny meme, but overall, this was the most relatable because I'm sure we can all relate to our favorite driver running like poo-poo. But anyways, let's talk about which driver we would like to see come back for one more season. This was a NASCAR and NBC thing, and I just want to get you guys' takes on it.
Huh. So you said drivers we want to see come back for like one season?
Yeah, like any retired NASCAR driver.
Retired. So if it was to be like drivers that, probably are physically capable of still doing that, there's a couple that come to mind. One of them's Carl Edwards. I'm not going to take the one Cam said, or he's going to say. There's Mark Martin, but he started back in the 80s, so I wouldn't be surprised. He wouldn't ever come back, I don't think. But, man, let me think. There's Jeff Burton. I think that would be another one. What do y'all have? Because I'm still thinking of some of them.
Yeah, I hereby changed my opinion because I guess I was thinking like recent drivers, but I mean, if we're going back where they're still capable, I guess my main pick would be Carl Edwards.
Okay.
I would 100% go with Carl Edwards. No other doubts about it because every other driver that has retired has had a farewell season. Carl Edwards did not. He just retired right out of the blue to most likely make room for Suarez. And he didn't get a farewell season, especially for the fact that Carl Edwards could have potentially won the 2017 championship. I'd 100% have to go with Carl Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards, he was close to 2016. He almost got it. But another one that came to mind, too, for me was Casey Kane. I mean, he didn't have a farewell one either, and he just retired. And he still does sprint car racing, but he doesn't do NASCAR Cup Series racing anymore.
I mean, Casey Kane kind of had a full farewell season, but it got shortened because of his health problems. I believe it was like dehydration in the car.
Mhm.
So, I mean, Casey Kane is a good one, but that's not necessarily my pick, but I can agree with it.
One driver that didn't do that well statistically, but is one that I thought of was Brian Vickers. I mean, he could have had a longer career, but he had the blood clot problems and, a lot of contract things. He was flipping different teams. So that's probably another one I could think of, but I don't got any more at the moment.
Yeah, that's a good one. Vickers, he was involved in some sort of controversy. I'm not going to get into it, but
yeah.
Vickers is not a bad choice. Like that's the same thing with Casey Kane. That's not really my main pick, but I can agree with it.
No, I was going to say I'm not going to get into it. Imagine someone said John Wick Townley. I know it's kind of bad, but I mean, imagine someone said that. That'd been cancel worthy there. But anyways, what's next?
Picks for this weekend. Now, this weekend we are going to the new Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is going to be a little bit tricky to predict because obviously, I just said it, new Atlanta. Atlanta is being turned into a super speedway, or it was turned into a super speedway, which if you want my opinion on it, I think that if they were going to do anything to the track, they should have just given it a simple repave. But you know what? Another super speedway. I love super speedway races, so I'm willing to give it a chance. I want to see what it can do. I think it should produce some good racing, especially with this next-gen car. So I'm very excited to see it, but it is going to be a pain to predict and also for fantasy lineups because I don't know if I should go with my originally planned Atlanta lineup because I plan my lineups ahead of time because I'm a NASCAR nerd. And or should I go with my super speedway lineup? I will probably figure this out later. Starting off with the Truck Series race. I don't know if Kyle Busch is racing or not, but if he is, I'm going with Kyle Busch. But if not, I'm going to go with John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, this one's a tough one to pick. I couldn't find the entry list for the truck race. So it's kind of hard to choose, but I wanna make a risky one here. I'm gonna say Matt Crafton. He's gonna end his winless streak. I mean, he's won rail at Atlanta before. He's won there before, and I think it's about time he gets back in victory lane.
I'm going Nemechek. He's run there pretty good before, but I mean, really, the hard problem is though it's a whole different Atlanta, you know.
Right.
And like, at first, I think they were just doing a simple repave, weren't they? And then they changed it to like.
Yeah, they added
a
the
little bit.
banking, and then they decided over the offseason that they were going to run the super speedway package, and also they're doing the yellow line rule. So it's basically a third super speedway.
Oh Lord! So now I wonder, like, will there be more wrecks there?
Probably.
Might see
Oh
some.
my goodness, they could be a big one at Atlanta, but like a big one.
Right.
Good Lord.
We-
Well, that's gonna be crazy. I mean, I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, if this is messed up, I'm gonna be missing the old Atlanta real quickly.
Well, again, we'll
See.
see what happens. I'm excited for it, but I don't know. I could see it being a crash fest because no one's used to this track. So I hope there's practice. I'm pretty sure there is.
Well, I really disliked the previous Atlanta the last couple of years, but nothing tops the Atlanta from back in the 80s and 90s. But the new Atlanta, yeah, there's going to be some challenges. I think there will be some wrecks, and there hasn't been a big one at Atlanta in a minute. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one. But so we're doing Xfinity picks now, right? So
Yeah.
I will predict this. Riley Herbst is going to wreck again.
Of course.
No surprise. Man, but there's a couple that I think could get this win. I think Sheldon Creed might shock some people and be up there in the front. I think Trevor Bayne will have another good race. I think Gragson might do well again. But my pick to win this race is Daniel Hemrick.
Okay. Not bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do two picks again, but I'm only gonna have one as my main pick and one as like a backup pick because again, I just don't know how this track is gonna run. My main pick, Justin Allgaier, and my backup pick, really any of the colleague cars. They just seem to run well on super speedways.
Man, this is tough. This is kind of tough. I'm gonna go Hemrick. I'm going Hemrick. Hemrick for the win. You know what? I've always noticed this when Savage and me pick the same thing. It's like 70% of the time we're always right together. I don't know what it is about it. I'm going Hemrick, baby.
All right. And finally, for the Cup race, my main pick. This is going to be kind of a shocker. I'm going to go Kurt Busch and some drivers that I could see running well. Really, any of the drivers you see run well at super speedways. Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell. I don't know. Again, I don't know who I'm picking for my fantasy team. Do I go with Atlanta or do I go half-half? I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
I will say that for this race, like I mean Kurt Busch, didn't he win there last year?
Yes.
Or he won in Texas. Yeah. So I mean I could see him doing good. And my pick is sort of based because Harvick's won here before. And I'm picking Harvick to win this because he won here in 2020. He's won here on different layouts. And I think he'll win, and it'll be Stuart Haas going back to back. And I think Kyle Busch may have a good race and end up coming up towards the front, but he won't get the win.
So I guess my main pick I will have is Keselowski. I think he's gonna be running pretty good, but I say my sleeper pick is Reddick. He can sometimes be sneaky on super speedways, and sometimes I feel like that sneakiness he has is sometimes underappreciated. I mean, he gets in the front a good amount of times, so I wouldn't be surprised if Reddick makes a move or two and wins.
Right. Well, Brad Keselowski is a valid pick because he's won a couple of times on Atlanta, and he's very good at super speedway races. So I could definitely see that happen. But yeah, that is going to close out this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow our socials, join the Nasboys Fantasy League, and we will see you guys in the next episode. And remember, if you don't subscribe, Christian will be under your bed making a weird face. See you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.
You want me calling 9, you wanted what I did.